Welcome Kitsap County, Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams in Silverdale, and today we're going to share with you the one thing that sellers can do in this market to help the sale of their home be smoother and significantly less stressful. Before we get to that, here's this week's Kitsap County housing market stats. As you can see, our new listings are up slightly, but pretty much we're stabilized. So we're seeing anywhere between 80 and 100 new listings per week on average. So, that's what we can expect, I would think, in the near future. Back on markets remain steady. You're not going to see many statistical changes from week to week. And this has been consistent now for several weeks. So a bit of stabilization in the market. What was list price increase? So we're still seeing a significant number of price decreases on a weekly basis. So we're up to 64 listing price decrease this week. Typically, for the last 6 months, we've been around 33 homes per week having their listing price decreased. So we're almost double at this point. And this is typically when I see this, especially in the heat of the market in the summer, this is a sign that sellers are overexcited and a bit eager, thinking they're going to, price it high, make those buyers reach up to get the highest price for their house. And that just doesn't work. Your agent probably told you that. Hopefully they told you that. Google it. We can Google that stuff, GTS, Google that stuff. So get online, Google how to price your house. They're going to say, don't do that method. If you think you know more, whatever, you're going to end up in this category. So that is what it is. Listing pending listings holding steady. So there are plenty of buyers. They're still buying plenty of homes. We still have a discrepancy between our pending listings and our listings coming on market, which is going to cause this number to eventually go down. I mean, it's just, we talked about this last week, that's the leak in the pool. However, as of now, we still have a steady, we're holding steady at total residential homes on market in Kitsap County at 562. So around the mid 500s, that's what, 18%, 20% inventory, just about. Super low, we're still at historical lows. This makes it very difficult for buyers. Now, a couple weeks ago we talked about sellers. It's a great market for sellers. If you want to sell, you've never seen a better time. We keep saying that. I've been saying that for a year, and it keeps getting better and better and better. Here's the problem, is sellers go, oh, it's a great time. I can just put my house on market and it's going to sell itself. And, yeah, you're going to lose money. I think a really good strategy is to take your house in a great market and then capitalize on that and get even more money out of it. So you still want to put your best foot forward when you're listing your house right now. We have some unique things going on because of the housing market. Something you may not be aware of is we have a contractor shortage. There's a housing shortage, so all the contractors now are busy on new builds. Has anyone tried to find an electrician lately? We called 20 10, 14 days ago. None of them, we can't get anyone scheduled until September right now on a project. So it's difficult to find any contractor. And so if you're a seller listing a home and you need repairs, you're going to run into this problem. And if you are selling a house and the buyer requests repairs, now you've got another issue on your hands. You might not be able to get repairs done in time for closing, et cetera, et cetera. Once if the lender's requiring repairs and you don't have it fixed. So the best strategy, and here's our tip for the day for sellers. When you are going through the pre-listing process, that's prior to listing your house, have your do a walkthrough and repair everything that you know of and make it look as good as possible. Head things off that are going to come up in inspection that you can see. It makes a difference for it to look good. Even though we're in a hot market and the house is going to, quote, sell itself, What you want to prevent is you want to prevent inspectors calling out items that will scare your buyer, and you want to prevent appraisers calling out items that will flag the lender from calling out what are called work orders on the loan, because that will prevent you from being able to fund the loan, and then your house won't close. So even though a house may, quote, sell itself, you have other obstacles that you need to address. A story, here's another thing too, point number 3 with this, why you need to do everything you can to get your house in tippy-top, shippy shape, is you have no control over who the inspector is. Assume you have the most uneducated, ignorant inspector in the world because the buyer chooses the inspector. And you have no control over that. It's just something you have to deal with. So don't give the inspector any clues that might be of concern. Also, if you have a professional come in to help with something, get it in writing. An example is we had a seller wanted to make sure his electrical was in good shape, hired an electrician to come through. Electrician came through, looked real quick, said it was good. The electrician said, yeah, you have some knob and tube, but it's totally fine. The electrician left. The seller never got it in writing, even though it was recommended. Then the inspector for the buyer came in, called out the knob and tube, called it out to the lender, and then the house can't close because of the knob and tube. And so now things have been backed up trying to get another electrician in to say that the knob and tube is okay. Had the seller gotten that in writing prior to listing, we would have had a much smoother situation for the seller. Make sense? You with me here? Okay. Another example is maybe there's some fascia that the paint's falling off, that kind of thing. People are like, oh, it's fine. The wood's hard underneath. Scrape it off, make sure the wood's hard, and paint over it. Don't draw the inspector's attention to it. Take care of those things. That will make your sale go way smoother, and it will probably save you a lot of stress come inspection time and come appraisal time. All right, Stephanie Dupuis with Dupuis team at Keller Williams West Sound. If you have questions, post them below. Like our Facebook page, Dupuis team, Keller Williams West Sound. Our phone number is 360-440-7237. Share this with your friends. Spread the news, and we will see you next week.